What do you think about body hair?
Okay, body hair, it's just, like, it's pretty natural, isn't it? Like, everyone's got some, apart from bald people. And, of course, some of the Brazilians, like, what's going on there.
Yeah, good.
But otherwise, yeah, it's pretty natural. I mean, yeah, it's all right.
What do you think when I say body hair? Like, does a specific type of body hair come to mind or a specific gender come to mind?
Look, you got to think about probably, I guess, the women. Like, they're more inclined to not have body hair. But specifically, I'd say, on the top of your head, is that place of body hair, yeah.
Okay. If I said hairy, would you associate that with a gender?
I would, actually.
Which gender?
I would consider that as male. Mostly, if you're saying hairy, back hair and torso hair.
Torso hair. If I said pubic hair, would you associate that with a gender?
Yeah, that's probably more women-based because they have the social expectation to be more clean down there, as some would say. But, yeah, no, it's natural.
If I said hair removal, would you associate that with a gender?
Yeah, that's women-based, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because they obviously have the more inclination to do so. Like, for men, it's just not a thing. Rarely, I think.
Would you make assumptions about a man who did do hair removal?
Yeah, you'd be like, what's all that about? You just...
Would you assume things about his sexuality?
I guess I wouldn't, but other people might. It's just a thing.
What would the assumptions be?
Well, it's just not a very straight thing for a male to do. It's much more a homosexual thing for a male to do body hair removal.
Would you make assumptions about a woman who removed body hair?
That's just normal then, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's just what they do. They go down to the shops with their friends and they say this will be a fun activity.
Would you make assumptions of a woman who didn't practice body hair removal?
Actually, I guess, because it's such a commonplace thing that if you were to see a lady with hair, like, all around, you'd be probably a little bit taken back. You'd be like, oh, what's all that about?
Would you make any assumptions about her sexuality?
I don't think I would. I would be more assuming about social standing, like, how they're viewed in society. Maybe a hygiene thing as well, but I don't know.
Would you make assumptions about her
politics?
politics?
Not thought about that one before. Sorry?
Would you make assumptions about her politics?
Greens.
No,
I'm just kidding.
Do you make assumptions on hair removal techniques, like whether someone would wax or shave or epilate or pluck?
It just depends on the region, though, doesn't it? Because, like, obviously, you're probably not going to be plucking hair from, say, your legs, because it's just unreasonable. You could just shave it or wax it. But the more, like, specific areas like an eyebrow, you'd have to pluck it because this wouldn't make sense to, go too heavy with it.
And would you make assumptions of people with pubic hair, like based on like whether they're full bush or if they're bald or if they're manicured or whatever?
That is a tough question. Now, it's quite different. Like, if you saw it like with the full-blown shebang, it'd be like, what's going on there? Like, surely a bit of scaping could be done. But then again, if you saw like nothing, you'd be like, what's going on there again? Like, why did you do that?
And what about, do you have any thoughts about hair in the porn industry?
Hair in the porn industry? Well, look, I mean, it's changed over time, because obviously back in the 70s it was like all about the bush, but now they're leaning towards a more cleaner thing, like way, because I assume it's to do with the camera work. You can get a cleaner shot if there's nothing there.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.